Hey guys, this is Andrew from Gel Blaster Reviews again. As you can probably tell, we've gone through a lot of changes. I got some really good feedback on the first two videos that I made, so you know what? We've got a backdrop, I've got better sound setup, which you guys can probably already hear. And today we're actually going to start our first review on a proper blaster. So behind me, we've got the AK-47. This is the first specimen I would like to put a review on, just because I think out of the box it is standard for what you would expect in a competition environment. It runs the 11.1 volt battery. It comes with an alloy barrel, whereas a lot of the other blasters will come with a plastic barrel from factory. The mags actually hold an incredible amount. I can't believe how much you can squeeze into one of these things. And it's also got a priming handle, so when you want to prime the mag, just loaded a new one, the first bullet fires every time. It's just a charging handle on the side, which makes it pretty realistic. Along with realism, it's got a lever on the side for switching between single fire and automatic mode, and then the power switch is actually a physical safety on the top of the blaster as well, which I find really entertaining. It keeps with the realism. It comes in black and it comes in orange, like a black and orange combined. I sort of prefer the orange one, but I ended up going with black just to try and sort of get my hands on one quickly. Alright, enough of talking about it, let's actually check it out. Alright, so this is the blaster off the shelf. Now, last time I had a problem getting everything to focus, so when I want to show you guys some close-up stuff, I have a backup camera just over here, which should be able to show me through all the little close nitty-gritty stuff. Let me know what you guys think of the change. Let me know if there's anything else I could do to make it easier. But into the blaster. So as I just said before, it's got an alloy barrel underneath the battery in here. Let's see if I get this guy to come out. I'll show you guys a close-up in there. Have a look at that red shiny barrel. Now, from factory, it comes with a battery similar to this one. This one's actually a little bit more powerful. It'll discharge at a higher rate. The original one I found would swell under a lot of current and power. This has a very big motor in it, so yes, it did need a bigger battery, a more powerful battery. But if you want to know more about that, watch my first video. It's a review on 11.1 volt batteries. So, as we put before, on the top of it, you have an on-off switch, which is built in as a safety, I believe, on the original AK-47, the real AK-47. So that's in the on position now, and when we pull on the charging lever, you might be able to hear that. I'll show you guys on the close-up. Now, interchanging mags is very simple. Grab a new mag. Some people like that angled part of the AK-47. It sort of gives it that click in there. I don't know. Myself, I think it's just a very pretty gun. It has a single fire and an automatic function. In single fire, it'll just go through one cycle, whereas in fully auto on 11.1 volts, this thing out of the box is better than anything you'll come across when it comes to fire rate without modification. So that's pretty much all I've got to show you with the blaster. It does come with a hop-up in the box. For guys that also don't know what that means, it's kind of like when you hit a golf ball. You want it to spin backwards a little bit. It gives it the most amount of air time, stops it from falling and hitting the floor faster, basically. The hop-up itself is just a simple fixed hop-up. Gets inserted into the end there. When you screw the flash hider then on over the top, it just sits there. It's not going to fall out, okay? Alrighty guys, so here we are down on the range with the AK-47. Firstly, putting some gels in it. I thought I'd show you guys, just for the ones that haven't seen how to put gels in these just yet. Basically, they've got a little door on the side of them. Open up that door. I use a bucket just because I used to lose a lot of gels, just the overflow that would fall out. So this gives you the ability to put it all in the bucket, be a little messy, doesn't matter. Alright, so I've got a loaded up mag, close that door back up. Always remember to close the door just because these do break off when you don't. If you close that up, they just snap off. the mag's loaded. As we said, this one has a charging handle, or a primer, mag prime. Pull and hold that. Point him down the range. We can try fully auto first. We are running out of light, so I know it's going to be difficult to see them hitting the targets down the range down there. All I've got to say is it's very satisfying, guys. If we're maybe 8 meters from the target at the moment, the spread's maybe about 8 to 10 centimeters of what's coming off this. Now, I do notice it's a bit quick. If you don't use the right gel balls, it does chew up the gels a little bit. You'll notice maybe every third one will explode a little bit in the air. These are the blue ones. It doesn't mind them too much. It does prefer the milky whites. If you guys get your hands on those, they tend to be the best things for high-powered blasters, and I do put this in the category of high-powered blaster. So into single fire mode. So as you can probably tell, not everyone's firing, guys. So that one fired, that one fired, that fired. Yeah, so the single fire is not as reliable. I mean, when it comes down to it, on a game day, you're only going to have it in fully automatic mode. Just plain and simple. The other thing I've seen a lot of guys do with these is they call it the mafia style. You can take the stock off the back of it very easily. Too far out of the shot there. Kind of makes it a bit like a pistol. I'm probably more accurate like that as well. Yeah, in reality, it is a very nice blaster, guys. Anyone who doesn't have a blaster at the moment and wants to get into the sport of it, I do highly recommend it. I mean, it's convenient having that single fire mode. If you don't want to use a lot of gels, you can actually spend the whole day shooting and go through a small container of them. Whereas in the fully automatic mode, expect to use that whole container in a matter of seconds. Yeah, I guess base your own opinions off of what you've seen today, guys. In my opinion, I own a couple of blasters. This does sit, if I were to give it a rating out of 10, I would give it an 8.5, maybe a 9. As I said, it does blow apart some gels because it is very quick. That's the only downside I find behind it. That motor in it is huge. You know, you've got to use those milky whites just to be able to handle the speed that it's firing at. The battery it came with was just dodgy. You've got to replace it straight away. First time I used it, it swelled up. I was scared it was going to explode, so I've got a new battery on the inside of this now. It seems to actually fire a little bit faster as well, so that battery clearly wasn't handling the draw that was coming from such a heavy spring and such a big motor. As I said, there's no reason to modify one of these. The spring on the inside is pretty much the limit, you would call it, with nylon gears. You'd have to upgrade those gears to metal gears to go to any heavier spring or any heavier motor. It's right on the edge of what it can handle. I think we've just run out of light now, guys, so I might close up and get your opinions. So, you guys have obviously seen it shoot now, you've seen me talk about it. I'm a bit of a nerd with these things. I like the insides, I like the gearboxes, the batteries. To be honest, this is the only blaster I've never pulled apart. I don't have a need to. It has a motherboard on the inside, which stops you from doing a lot of modifications to it. But in saying that, it runs perfectly. It's accurate. It runs an 11.1 volt battery. It's got some weight to it. It's probably one of the best build quality blasters on the market at the moment. We will go into some that are a little bit better, but of course, they're more for the advanced blasters, you know. If you're just getting into this scene, you want something you can pull straight out of the box, turn it on, and have some fun. Alright, we'll leave some comments in the comment section below, guys. I believe this, as I said, would be the best blaster if you aren't in the blasting scene just yet. Maybe consider having a look at them. I got this one from m4a1blaster.com. You can check them out on the internet. I'll leave a link to their website for you. I think they've actually got a container of these coming in very soon, so if you see them available, get on them. They don't last long. The guys love them. And to be honest, I don't know how long I'm going to hold on to this one. I've already got people hitting me up, making me offers for it. So I'm glad you guys got to see it though. And yeah, let me know if you want to see anything in the future. You can see a big list of things behind me we're going to go through. Maybe let me know what you think will be next or what you want to be next. Just thanking you all for your support. To be honest, guys, I couldn't believe the amount of people that ended up sending me messages, giving me good pointers, and a couple of shops were actually really interested in my videos. So I'm going to try and improve the quality of them over time, of course. Nothing starts perfect to begin with, but if you guys can keep providing your feedback, I'll keep providing the best I can. Thank you.